My name is Clive, though I'm from the Witness newspaper. Thanks for the opportunity. I would like to find out.
Your mic.
Just press it. Yes. I would like to find out during the meeting between the MK national leadership and the outgoing Secretary General, to say during the discussions, what was his justification or his defense for that trip in Malawi. The second question is that if I heard the chairperson correctly, he alluded to the fact that the trip was in violation of the MK party constitution. We know that in the past, some MK party members were expelled from the party for violating the same constitution. Is does that not speak to a lack of consistency in this issue?
There's a question, William Pogod.
I will have two questions. Maybe the second one is not on the agenda now. So my interest is that, is it not violating social values, just rights anyway? Because I'll make an example, to make an example with a church here in the province. So we know that there's a leader of Shembe Church who's now defying court orders anyway. So I know there are a lot of groups from Shembe, but the one that is sitting there at Ebuhleni Temple, so was ordered by the court to leave the place. He's sitting there, and politicians are flocking to that leader, not the one which the court favored. Right. Now the issue is, are we going to determine where one is, which church one is attending, which church one is running himself to? So the second question is related to the party, but I know the party has commented on the judgment, so recent High Court judgment, which ruled that so Dr. John Thorpe can serve on JSC, but I know the party has, but because he's here now, so I also want his comment. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Third question.
I'm Sweeney Naidu from Clarendon constituency, Moses Mabida region. I just want to find out, is the reason that you have given us the only reason for the redeployment of our Secretary General?
Okay. That was the last question, I think, for this round.
It's the Kalabaso from Eyewitness News. Lamulo, are there no fears from the party that there could be speculations that this too also has to do with the spread that we've seen between the SG and the daughter of former President Jacob Zuma in this regard? And if I may, on a side issue, just get the reaction on former President Jacob Zuma and the court outcomes today. Thank you.
Also address some of these questions. You know, it would be unfair that we took the whole day kind of deliberations. I think his name is Clive Ndo, or there he is, yes, Mr. Ndo. That we will then come to this particular press conference and want to reopen the discussion that we had amongst ourselves. So it would be not correct to do so. So respectfully, that question perhaps belongs somewhere else. It can't belong to this particular session in terms of what was his justification and whatever. The next thing we'll get into a tit-for-tat kind of situation of who said what against who and this view and that and so on. So it's not necessary. That's the one part. But equally so, Wanando, violations have got different sort of weightings to them. So you can't say that because you and I are members of MK, so you also violated this and I'm violating this and so on, and therefore there's a correlationship between your nature and extent of violation versus my one, and therefore the result should be the same. I don't think it would be a correct way of approaching things that in that particular fashion. Now, one of the responsibilities of leadership is to also listen to your own constituency. Precisely because, as you see ourselves up here, we carry a particular responsibility and or brand, whether said or unsaid, for an example. And therefore, the manner in which we deal with that at a constituency level becomes quite critical to react positively and constructively in engaging with matters that come from the constituency side. So that's one part. Now, when Pumula lokhuluma ngendaba yama-religious rights, Pumula, I think I would also do think, for instance, the angling and the discussion taken by national officials is not about whether you should go to a particular church or shouldn't go to a particular church or exercise this other right versus the other, and so that's not the issue. The issue is you have quite a view and issues that have been brought to the attention of the organization. And the question is, as leadership, what then do you do to deal with those particular matters as having arisen on the side of the constituency that we represent, for an example, and people in general out there in the Republic? So I don't think it's a matter that that arises. I mean, if you want to have a discussion about the Shembe Church and whether or not court orders are being observed and so on, I think that's a different matter altogether and so on. I don't think it does have any particular relevance and equation to the matter that we're dealing with at hand. Now, Umabaso, Deputy President, I'm coming your direction, by the way. That's why I'm skipping the other question that Umabaso, where is he? Speculation. Yeah, I think it's the gentleman that was here.
He just left.
He just left. How do you ask a question he didn't leave? Yeah. He one of the things that we should shy away from is speculations. That's exactly what he has done. To speculate that a particular position has been taken precisely, perhaps, not even precisely, and because it is suspected that I must have said something to Undo, and Undo did not like that, and he said something in return or something. That's speculation. Our duty is to always angle on the side of the actual material facts on the ground, how those material facts affect us, and so on. So I think it's unfortunate that Umabaso brought that into the equation, because it's absolutely not part of this equation. I will ask, I think it was Pumula that spoke about the Judicial Services Commission. And I'll ask the Deputy President perhaps to just clarify. I am not sure whether I understood his question nevertheless, so that's why I'm asking the Deputy President perhaps to assist
JSC. Ezami inkinga ayipheli, so ngicela sisitike lesizwe. Musukona umsebenzi wethu. But to be honest, ngoba usumbuzile ngizokuphendula. Impendulo nangu ummeli wami uhleli lapha. Sizo-aphila, sizodlala amajaji thina sizo-aphila i-judgment. Ngiyabonga.
I'm going to call the head of the presidency, Commander Magasala Mzobe, to just.
The media statement indicates an outcome of a deliberation that included Comrade Floyd Shivam. And everything the leadership wanted to know about the trip, he did take the leadership into confidence. And the leadership, in its wisdom, counseled Comrade Floyd about the mistakes committed about the trip as indicated in the statement. And both the leadership, the president and Comrade Floyd, have closed on the chapter of Malawi and were being cancelled by the president every time we make mistakes. Floyd is not the first one, won't be the last one to commit a mistake and be cancelled by the leadership, and giving wisdom of the president on how in future we should better handle issues that are complicated like these ones. The request is that the matter ends today in the ranks of Umkhonto weSizwe. The leadership, the detachment, the membership, supporters and voters are requested to accept the guidance from the president and the officials and give MK Party a space to focus on the agenda of local government elections in 2029. The understanding is that no one in the leadership after this will make any comment or discussions around the matter. And Comrade Floyd has accepted as well that on his side we are not commenting. Instead, we are focusing on executing the mandate given to Umkhonto weSizwe by the electorate. Thank you.